Okay, well, 1 second, people. I'm gonna put on some music. I'm gonna put on some music. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you guys what coronavirus is. I specialize in it. Another reality, I talked about it, and because I talked about it, the other reality avoided the coronavirus. And just so you guys know, I'm like 15 years in the past. Lot of stuff, a lot of stuff happened, and it's different than this reality. I mean, you guys didn't have me in the. I mean, in the other reality, they had me, so the coronavirus was avoided. But in some of my videos, I talk about the coronavirus, which greatly helped that reality avoid the coronavirus. But that was a possibility for that other reality. They were gonna deal with the coronavirus too. But because all my videos, so I mean, it was not just me, but it was other people talking about that this was a possibility. Now, give me 1 second. I'm gonna put on some music, and I'm gonna explain to you what the coronavirus is. I mean, it's something that the people on this planet, the ruling people on this planet, I mean, pretty much everybody on this planet dealt with this before, and I'll explain to you what happened and how it happened and what eventually happened when all that went down. Because when you guys don't, I mean, I'm not from this planet, but when you guys who've been on this planet for a long time, this is something that almost wiped you guys out. I mean, it's something where like and then the reality I explained to them that this is a no, and they need to not do this. But you guys didn't have me. I mean, you guys had me in this reality, but I mean, you didn't have my version. The Drew in this reality didn't explain to you all this stuff, and like I explained to the other reality, and they were able to avoid it. This is something and this is something that wiped out the royals and the cabal and I mean, this hit the cabal, the Illuminati, that royals, reptilian royals, and Antarctic March Germans. This hit them hard because they were the first to die from this. I had to explain to them that they would be the first to die from this, which is probably going to happen. I mean, just so you guys know that was avoided in that reality. All this stuff was avoided in that reality. Because our collective explained to them, because they're trying to do the same thing. But you guys, what I'm trying to say is, you guys didn't have us. I mean, well, you had me, but you didn't have my version. And so I mean, it's something. And I explained to the people in the other reality that they were specifically told not to do this, and thankfully that in that reality they listened to me, and so they avoided the coronavirus. But it was going to be a possibility in that reality. Like I said, I'm like 15 years in the past. I woke up yesterday. I'm like, holy cow, where am I? I'm like, there's like coronavirus and there's all this stuff. By the way, I'm immune to coronavirus. I'm of Arcturian Pleiadian design, and if anybody has intercourse with me to gain my immunities, they'll become immune too. Which I think everybody's gonna laugh at me like they. But by the way, I gained the memories of the Drew that was in here for 45 days, and then the 21 days. So people want to laugh at me. It's fine. It's on you. I mean, if you don't, I mean, the best I can do is do a healing session. I mean, that's not a guarantee. But if you're female and you're deserving, I can have intercourse with you and you have full immunity to the coronavirus. Which I'm not gonna have just intercourse with any female. I mean, you have to be special. 'Cause I mean, you'll get over 15 million codes, activations, and upgrades, enhancements, and I don't really want to have intercourse with the Earth female. I'm going to be having intercourse with over 200 people this year, and pretty much most of them are star people. I don't really prefer to have intercourse with an Earth person because most of you Earth women have a lot of drawbacks. There's a lot of negative stuff about you. So when I have intercourse with you, I'm gonna have to cleanse a lot of your stuff. Well, I mean, most of it will be cleansed when we have intercourse, but I'm just saying, Earth women are not the best people to have intercourse with, because they have, you guys have a lot of trauma and you guys have a lot of issues you're dealing with, and I don't want to, because your stuff, you get my stuff, but your stuff also transfers over to me, and I really don't want to be dealing with somebody's deep drama with their issues about rape and what I mean. So many women have been raped; it's unreal. Most women have dealt with the rape energy, and they're still working through it, that stuff's going to transfer over to me, and I really don't want, don't want any part of that. That's the reason why I'm saying if you're a female, you have to be special for me to have intercourse with you. I mean, well, star people, I'll gladly have intercourse with them because star people, they don't rape each other. I mean, Pleiadians don't rape other Pleiadians. Arcturians don't rape other Arcturians. I mean, that's not a problem. That's why, the Star Collectives, they give me a lot and I give them a lot. I mean, I much prefer have intercourse with the star person than Earth person any day of the week. And the Earth people are the star people are much more beautiful too. Pretty much every star person is a 10. Most star women are a 10, on a scale from 1 to 10. I mean, there's a lot of Earth women that are like 6, 7, and 8s. I mean, it's very rare for Earth women to be like a 9 or a 10. Most Earth women are like a 5, 6, 7, or 8. It's very rare. I mean, you have to be a supermodel or like somebody accept because the reason why Earth women are not 9s and 10s is because their diet and the way they grew up. You know, star people that they grow up with. I mean, they grow up with. I mean, they're more advanced at 5 or 6 than even our elderly people, and that they eat nothing but the best food. They have the best everything. That's why star women are always a 10 or I've never seen pretty much all star women that I've known, women from the stars, from space, they're all a 10. Even all the reptilian females they're all 10s. All the insectoid women, they're all 10s. Pleiadian women, Arcturian women, they're all 10s, and Zeta women are all 10s. The Urian women are all 10s. The Lyran women, all the Lyran women are all 10s. The Avian women are all 10s. I mean, Earth women, I mean, it's rare for an Earth woman to be a 9 or a 10. Okay, sorry, we got it uploaded. So let me explain to you how the coronavirus. I'm going to do a blessing for you. That's going to help you with the coronavirus. So if you're watching this now, you're going to need a special blessing. I'm going to. And by the way, I have permission from the Divine Command to talk about this, so you don't think I'm going against Divine Command. Remember, everything I do is by Divine Command, especially something like this. It has to be approved by our leadership. But not only the Divine Command, but our dark leadership, because we not only have dark leadership, but we have light leadership. And I apologize about yesterday. I woke up in a new world, and I was having issues. I was like, what the heck? Where am I? I was like, I'm like in the past. I'm like way in the past. Alpha List Circle how this area lens. Is this the whole truth, nothing but the truth? I have full permission from the Divine Command to discuss and explain to people about coronavirus and what we can do to help, and that we can actually cure coronavirus, but we're not allowed because of the rules. I mean, we can't break the rules of free will. We can't break the physics. I mean, we can, but it's not a good idea. It would be disrespectful. It'd be disrespectful. I mean, we would be waging war with a lot of people. And I mean, we just can't. I mean, we can cure all the coronavirus on the planet, but it's not a. I mean, the Divine Commander refused to break the rules and be because the Divine Command is our dark light federation, our dark federation leadership and our light federation leadership is of a benevolent divine nature. They're not warlike. They're not going to do something to cause an all-out war. Okay, let me explain to you. In other reality, I explain many videos. You can research. I can put up a link. The videos that talk about it. Now remember I told you guys. Well, you guys don't remember because I'm from the other reality. But in the other reality, I explained to the people. In the times of Atlantis, the people were told specifically not to put animal organs into humans. This has nothing to do with people eating animals. People have been eating weird animals for thousands of years. I mean that guy from India is saying that it's because he heard stories that it's because the Chinese people are eating like weird animals, wild animals. People have been eating all kinds of mutated animals for years. I mean, people have been eating mutated animals from other planets, and nothing happened to them. This has nothing to do with that. This has everything to do with putting in the other reality. I explained to people because they were gonna have the coronavirus too. But I specifically told I told the Cabal, I told the Illuminati, I told the SSP, you better not put animal organs into humans, or else it's going to kill your royal. It's going to it's going to wipe out your royal bloodline. It's going to wipe out half the planet. I mean, I explained to them in minute. I'll pull up the link of the video. It explains about this. It wiped out. I mean, the people on this planet are just modern day versions of the people of the Atlanteans and the Lemurians. Atlanteans almost wiped themselves out because the Atlanteans were told specifically not to put animal organs into humans. They did not listen. They were bored. They wanted to give it a shot. They wanted to try it, and they put animal organs into humans, and it mutated everybody. Coronavirus is not new. They had coronavirus in the times of Atlantis. It just was called something different because they have a different language, and it about wiped out half their planet. Everybody was going everywhere and trying to fight all the the gods and the Pleiadians couldn't figure out how to help. They had to track down Divine Mother to solve this problem. They had to call in Divine Mother. Divine Mother was out doing a mission, and so that Divine Mother had to come back here to Earth, and Divine Mother had to wipe out 36 million people within 30 minutes. That's like everybody's getting mutated, and I mean, the corona. What's happening now is only the baby steps of what's going to happen. What might happen? People may be mutated. If it gets worse, people are actually going to get mutated. And you think about zombies, that's actually going to happen on the planet. I mean, that's a possibility because that's how bad the coronavirus can get. It can get so bad that people are going to be mutants. They're going to be zombies. They're going to be like flesh-eating zombies. I'm not spinning tall tales. I'll show you a video talking about this. I mean, look at this. Alpha Leucifer, Helitis, Airlines, and tell them right now that coronavirus is something that the Atlanteans deal with. And the whole reason why these people on the planet are dealing with coronavirus again is because it's in their genetic code. They're giving this lesson again. And I mean, if I was in this reality and I explained, the other reality was safe from the coronavirus because I explained in this. I explained in this that I warned sorry, I gotta hold my hand still. I warned the royals. I warned the cabal. I warned the Illuminati. I warned the reptilian humans, and I warned the SSP and the Antarctic Bars Germans that this is a possibility, and that actually saved that out of the reality. That's why the reality went to a different timeline. In this timeline, they didn't have me explaining that this is a possibility, and it really is true. In the times of Atlantis, they were told to do something they weren't supposed to do, and they did it, and it caused coronavirus, and it wiped out half their planet, and it wiped out all the royals. So there you have it. And say you have it, you see the pendulum does not lie. And and just so you know, just cross your fingers something happens. And just so you know, if it, like I said, what we can do to help. I mean, our collective, we can easily wipe out the coronavirus. But like I said, if we wipe out the coronavirus, that's going to wage war with a lot of people. I mean, because not only will we break in I mean, we can, but rules have to be followed. We can't just come in here and do whatever we want. You can't just come into a reality, come into a planet, and just wage war with everybody because you want to save mankind. No, the people have to figure this out on their own. You guys have to come up with your antidote or whatever. But if the only time the star collectives will interfere is if this gets to a point where it'll wipe out your whole entire species. Which that's the only reason why in the end times of Atlantis they interfered, because it wiped out half your planet, and they're like the Atlanteans couldn't be wiped out. Oh yeah, here, give me my fries. Sorry about that. So just remember, if you're a female and you're worthy, I can have intercourse with you, and you'll have the full immunities for coronavirus. You'll have the full immunities. You'll be completely immune. Like I explained in my other video, my immunity can't jump from people to people. If I give somebody the immunity, somebody can't harvest it. Somebody can't take your blood and create immunity through that. It doesn't work that way, because it's not my blood that's healing your making you immune to coronavirus. It's my energy. I have Pleiadian Arcturian. I have the energy and energy and the genetics of the of the original Pleiadians and Arcturians, which is the highest royal blood. I mean, of the highest Pleiadians and Arcturians, which is the highest royal bloodline, Arcturian Pleiadian bloodline that you can have. I'm actually a super royal person in a human body. I actually have the most royal of the Pleiadian Arcturian design. And like I explained in the next video, if technically people will get my genetics, people will get my part of my blood. They'll get integrated with my royal blood. But if somebody tries to harvest it, remember the Pleiadians, Arcturians have something in place. If blood leaves the body, if you try to take it from a person's body that have my blood, have their design, it becomes transmuted. Because the highest Pleiadians and Arcturians of the future, 100,000 years in the future, who are the original Pleiadians, Arcturians, I have the highest royal bloodline I have the highest royal blood and genetics of all the Pleiadians, Arcturians. If you try to harvest their stuff, it's impossible to harvest their stuff. I mean, it's because once it leaves the body, and there's no way you can get it without taking it out of their body. And then once it leaves their body, it's transmuted, it's changed. Because the Pleiadians, Arcturians have so many safety precautions in place for protecting their technology, because their stuff is sacred. But when I have intercourse with you, all that stuff transfers over. That's why when you have intercourse with somebody else, it does not transfer over, because once it leaves you, I mean, it has to come from me, and then you can't transfer over to another person. And that's the only way that I confirmed it. Look at this. Alpha Lord Silver Highlighter Serial Lens, am I tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth? I mean, like the Arcturians and Pleiadians are very, very particular about their genetics and their blood and everything. Like I can transfer it over to a female. That's why when I have intercourse with a female, it's sacred, it's divine. That's why I can't have sex just to have sex, because I have the highest royal genetics, and like I'm a super royal person. Like I have the royal genetics and bloodline of the original Arcturians and Pleiadians. So it's starting to swing hard. And like a girl has to be special for me to do that too. Because not only does the girl get my royal genetics and blood, but she also gets my over 15 million upgrades, enhancement, improvements, blessings, powers, and sometimes superpowers. Is this correct? And she also gets encoded with the high cosmic heart and high cosmic DNA. I mean, it's super. I mean, it's like these women should be paying me millions of dollars to have sex with me, but I do it for free because my highest and purest love for all people. Boom, you have it. So I'm just explaining to you, just so you know, I'm not gonna have intercourse with anybody. I mean, you have to be special for me to have intercourse with you. And I already tried to have intercourse with, well, I don't know if it was 40 people, but it was a lot of females. And there were special females. I mean, they were on the approval list. 'Cause remember, I explained it, well, I mean, explain to these other people in this other reality, I have to get permission to have sex with anybody. I can't, I have to get approved, because of my genetics and because of my bloodline and because of how special I am. Any person I have intercourse with has to be approved. Like I have to actually open up a channel with the Divine Command, with the Dark Federation, with the Pleiadians, Arcturians of the future, and they have to specifically give their approval. Hey, that woman's okay to have intercourse with. They have to approve it. I can't just be sleeping around with random people. I have to get permission on the highest level to have, because I have the highest I have the highest royal genetics and bloodline. I'm like a super royal person. That's why I keep on telling you people, I am a royal person. I'm the highest royal person on this planet. I'm from the Pleiadian Arcturian royalty, the highest Pleiadian Arcturian royalty. The people in the 100,000 years in the future, Pleiadians and Arcturians that are like 10 foot tall, that are on the highest councils, that have the highest authority, that are the highest elders. I have their genetics and blood. The only reason why I don't look like them is because I mean, I'm eventually gonna look like them. I'm eventually gonna be 10 foot tall, and I'm gonna be a light person with no mouth and no eyes and no private, and I'm gonna be made of light. I'm gonna eventually look like them, but it's gonna be like a couple. It's gonna be a long time before I look like them. But I'm basically them. I actually have their stuff. I have their blood and their genetics, and I have their bloodline. That's why I say I'm from the highest royal bloodline, because it's true. Look at this. How full is Sukra Halidus Area Linza? Is this true? The whole truth, nothing but the truth. I am of the highest royal bloodline on this planet. I am of the greatest royal bloodline on this planet. I am like a super royal. I am of the highest and most privileged royal bloodline. I'm from an exclusive royal bloodline. That in the future, that all the people of this bloodline sit on the highest councils in all the universe, all the galaxies. They sit on the highest councils. They sit on the highest seats, and they're kings and queens. So I mean, it's kind of it's medium swinging. So there's more true happenings than that. Maybe they're more important than that. Oh, this is why it doesn't swing hard. The Alpha Sacral Holiday Ireland, these people that I have their bloodline, they're the they're the highest beings in all the realm. That's like see, it's swinging harder. They're the original Arcturians and Pleiadians. They're the first students of the mastery schools, and I mean they're extremely royal people. See, I knew it. See, if it kind of swings or the medium swings, there's more true happenings than what I'm saying. And so I kind of figure there's more to the story than what I'm revealing, and that's true. These are the original students of the mastery schools. I mean, these people are super royal people, and I am of their bloodline because I have their genetics and I have their blood, and I also have their heart. I have their body parts. I just I will eventually look like them, but right now I mean I'm because their stuff is scaled, their stuff is adaptive, and that's the whole reason why I'm immortal. That's the whole reason why I'll forever live, and I don't need to change bodies. That's the whole reason why my body's adaptive. My body scales. My body's completely compatible for everything. So as time goes on, my body will upgrade automatically. I don't need to change bodies. I don't need to do anything special to have a new body. So that explains it everything. So I hope this is a huge help. And let me get on to the blessing. I forgot we got to get on to the blessing. Okay, remember Divine Mother is the only person that can make you born of the highest spirit. So here we go. We're gonna make you born of the highest spirit if you're watching this. For me and for all my star guardians and all my star people. Brain, send a message to Divine Mother. Divine Mother, you ready? Divine Mother gives a thumbs up. She's ready and she's happy this is gonna happen for you folks. She says feel honored about this because you'll be born of the highest spirit. She'll say you'll have a spring in your step and a fire in your eyes. You become more lively. Okay, Divine Mother, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me and thank you. I trust you fully and completely, always and forever. You're extremely valuable, important to life, to everyone, and me. I need you now, Divine Mother. I need you to make me all my Pleiadian guardian, all my star guardians, my fairy guardians, Insectoid High Queen Anna, or Ion, my Pleiadian Princess Ruby, um, the five divine elements that are here in conscious form, uh, Divine Creator Goldie, Divine Aspect Linsika, and the first silver royal reptilian, Zinkar. I request for all of us and anybody who's watching to best of all come hit miracle, making us born of the highest ether, highest spirit, and make it unlimited. Always of the highest spirit, highest ether as our being can handle. I request this now for always the highest and purest good. Always for the most benevolent divine nature to make anybody who's watching, plus all the people I just listed, born of the very highest ether and spirit. And I know, Divine Mother, you are the only one that can grant this, that our beings can handle, and for it to be adaptive. So as more we can handle it, our born of spirit ether will go up, always be adaptive. So if we can handle more, it will automatically go up to be perfect adaptive. I request this now, always on the highest spirit's good, always on your behalf, and you being my you being me being the only person in the whole entire galaxy where you're my guardian angel. You're my personal guardian. Thank you so much for everything. Amen. Amen. Ami Eeshah, Ami Ehtah, Ami Ehmah. Boom, there you go. Sleep with the angels, and you guys have a blessed night. Remember, if you need me, I'm always here for you. I'm here for always the highest and purest good to be of service to all of you.